my name's Rosie and welcome to my channel. How are you all? I hope you're all doing really well. I'm so sorry for that noise. The dogs, I've had their dinner quite a while ago, and Peggy just licks the bowl for ages afterwards. She's scraping it across the floor, so that's what that is. And yeah, it's shopping day. Been to the shops, trying to do this every week, hold myself accountable. I didn't last week, it was the last week of the month. January was a long month, and I literally lived off chips and beans, pasta and sauce, and I bought a 5-pack of bagels and ate those like one every day for lunch, because I know everyone would have been feeling it the last week of January. I know you all know where I'm coming from. But yeah, if you are new here, I do have 2 little pugs. Snoring and grunting will be heard. It is dark and my ring light is big, and I've just remembered that I had one of those like square lights ready to get blinded that was on TikTok ages ago, so I've just shoved that in. I don't think it's the best, but it's much better without it, so hopefully the light's not going to be the best, but I hope it's okay. It's absolutely blinding me. Anyway, I went to Tesco first thing this morning. It's actually the end of the day. It's not the end of the day. Just because it starts to get a bit dark, Rosie, doesn't mean the day is over, but to me it is. It's 5 PM on a Saturday night. Absolutely wild. But I went to Tesco first thing this morning, and then I just had things throughout the day to do. So I put everything that needs to go in the fridge and freezer in there, and I've just got it all back out to show this haul, and then I've just left everything else in the bags. But yeah, I had errands to run, and I thought, well, I didn't want to wait. I was up early. The pugs wake me up early every morning. Usually on a weekend I go back to sleep, and I didn't. I feel like it's giving me a really weird shadow on my nose. It's not the best what we're dealing with. I feel like it looks like I've got one of them pegs on my nose. Glad I pointed that out to you all. Look at me, absolutely no brows or anything, because I've literally got I've just moisturised and put SPF on today. I've not done anything else. What was I saying? Yeah, the pugs wake me up at 5. Usually I get back into bed and go back to sleep, and I just couldn't this morning. So I was up and awake, and then I laid in bed and watched some Come Dine With Me, actually, which I still love Come Dine With Me. It was lovely to watch that. And then yeah, I got up, went to the supermarket early, so I was there for about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I wasn't there for nearly as long as I normally am, because I didn't do a huge shop. It was still really busy actually, but I obviously on a budget these days, so I planned what meals I'm going to make for the week: breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I've got a couple of little snacky bits just to have like with lunches and stuff, and I stuck to it. I stuck to that. I did though treat myself to a bottle of wine. I haven't bought wine in quite a few weeks. I didn't really drink through January, which is, I say it's not like me. I make myself sound like an alcoholic, I really do, but on a weekend I love to have a bottle of wine. Not even the whole bottle in like a night, but like over the weekend I'll have a bottle of wine or a bottle of Prosecco. And I hadn't done that because I was really budgeting. But I planned today to spend, I had a ballpark figure in my head of £50, and I actually spent 60, but I did buy the bottle of wine, and I did also buy my mum just a little bunch of flowers. They were only like a £5 little bunch of flowers. So actually, had I not got the wine and the flowers, I would have been under my budget, because I think all of this came to, I've got a receipt here, it came to £61.72. So the flowers and the wine, had I not got those, I would have been under £50, which is really good to know, because that means I can do my weekly food shop, and that's without any extras like washing detergents, dishwasher tablets, toilet rolls. This is just food and stuff. I know that some people, because I see it in the comments, are like, I spend that much on a family of 4 for a week. You people are amazing. I don't know how you do it. I have really tried to look at cheap meals this time round, and I'll talk you through those in a minute, and maybe I could do some things cheaper, but every time I'm that little bit prouder of myself, because every time I do make different choices, I do sort different things out. I am looking at different things on offer. I am planning meals before I go and looking at affordable meals as well, and just because before I would just go to the shop with no plan in my mind, and I would just buy stuff as I walked around that stuck out to me. I'd spend £100 easily, and I'd come back with one meal, and then the rest just shit that I couldn't do anything with. So I am slowly proud of myself, and I get lots of positive comments, but to people that are like digging me out, which isn't loads of you, but a few of you that are, you're just better at this stuff than me, and that's fine. We're all learning, we're all different with this stuff. I don't enjoy doing food shop as it is. I do think it's very difficult to cook just for one person. The last the last month where I've been doing the food prep, I was making like either a lasagna or a cottage pie, and I was eating that all week, every night for dinners, and that's actually really depressing. But buying 2 different meals, unless you freeze something, which once something's cooked like a lasagna, I really don't like to freeze it. I just don't think it's very nice when it comes out of the freezer. Unless you freeze things, then you can't eat all of that food in time. So I just think it becomes a little bit more difficult. Obviously, when you're cooking for more people, you're getting through that food quicker. But I think you just, it's just hard shopping for one because everything's packaged for 2 or more people. Nothing's packaged for one person. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I'm not moaning, it's fine. I'm learning every week. I'm going to continue, and I'm excited to see where I am by the end of the year in terms of how I'm planning my food, what meals I've really enjoyed, what meals I'll go back to, how I can find cheaper alternatives. And yeah, it's just a process, and it's okay to go through that. And I guess people just don't need to take it so seriously. Like, you know, I'm just talking you through what I'm buying every week, and it's fine. But yeah, so we're going to be doing my Tesco food shop, if I haven't said so already. Been rabbiting for 8 minutes. So I'll tell you what I'm planning on making this week, and then I'll show you everything I got. So I'm going to be making a lasagna again, just because I really love lasagna. I really love how it's the only bit of meat that I'll get, because I don't eat meat really. But I know that my body does crave it, because I'm not giving it the other bits that it needs that you get in meat. So it's the only bit of meat that I eat, and I think that's why I crave it sometimes, because I do, like, your body wants the things like the meat, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna make lasagna, but I love, like, I slow cook it all day, so I'm not gonna make that till tomorrow, because it's Saturday today, so I'll do that on Sunday. But I'm also gonna make a chickpea and sweet potato curry, which I'm gonna make tonight and have that tonight. Although I'm not feeling that hungry now. I had, all I've eaten today is a bagel. I had one bagel with cream cheese and some cucumber on top, which was delicious. But yeah, but it's only 5, so when I have it in a few hours, I will be hungry for it, I'm sure. So I'm gonna make that tonight. And as tempted as I am to get a takeaway, I just love a takeaway, you know. Even though it's shit food, I just love a takeaway. Like, I'd love nothing more than to order a curry, but I'm not gonna do it. Last night I was really tempted because I had no food in last night, but I didn't. I had pasta, a bit of leftover corn that I had in the freezer, and some pasta sauce, which I've eaten quite a few times this week, but it's fine. So, and I had some vegetables with it. Yeah, and then for lunches I'm gonna make a sweet potato and coconut milk soup. That tomato soup, I think I've already told you about tomato soup I made a couple of weeks ago. It was absolutely delicious. Would have sieved out the seeds. If you make it, definitely sieve out the seeds. But I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to, because I'm already, well, the sweet potatoes are obviously the main ingredient for the soup, and then I'll have 1 or 2 left over that I will be putting in the chickpea curry. So I'll make the soup tomorrow as well. Should be pretty simple, should be pretty straightforward. So that's what I got all the bits for, and then just a couple of different extras. So first off, I got some cheese. I was completely out. The ring light maybe will cause a problem on the packaging. And this one, well, I usually just get like Tesco's own extra strong or Sainsbury's own extra strong, like their own branded cheese extra strong. But this Pilgrim's Choice one was on an offer for £3. You get 350 grams. Also, guys, important to point out that I usually go to Sainsbury's or Tesco's because they are the closest big shops to me. I don't have an Aldi or a Lidl near me, and I just don't want to drive like 40 minutes to go to Aldi, which Aldi's great for some stuff, but it doesn't always have everything because all the Aldis or Lidls near me aren't the biggest ones. I don't want to then go to 2 different shops, so that's why I prefer to go to Tesco, because I get obviously better offers on the club card, but Sainsbury's is just like down the road from me. So sometimes when I don't have a lot of time, or I'm a bit pushed for time, or to be honest, my car is never working properly, so if I'm anxious that my car won't get me to where I need to go, I'll go to Sainsbury's. But that's why I don't go to like Aldi or Lidl. Anyway, so yeah, it was £3, and yeah, I was completely out of cheese, and of course you always have to have a bit of cheese in the fridge. but I was completely out. And I just got a tub of family size Philadelphia. This was also on an offer and it worked out cheaper than their own branded one, so that's why I got the Philadelphia. Quite a bit's gone of that because me and my mum had a bagel with that earlier. I just picked up another of these Onken yogurts, which are my favourite, and that's what I have with my breakfast. I've actually got one left over from my last shop because last week for breakfast I was just having my cereal because I didn't, again, end of the month, so I didn't have all the fruit and stuff to go with my yogurt. It'd all gone, so I just had cereal last week, and yeah, I've still got a pot of yogurt left, so that'll be my breakfast for this week, the yogurt and bits and bobs that I'll show you in a minute. I also just got a bag of corn, was also on an offer on Club Card, but I like to have it in the freezer for, again, oh, I don't have anything for dinner, I'll just have some pasta and like basically make a spaghetti bolognese out of this. I also then got some diced white onions. Now I've never really bought like frozen diced onions before. I think maybe once, I can't remember, but where I have been making these meals, I've been buying onions in like a pack of 3. And I don't get through them all and then they go off and it's such a waste, whereas obviously this, much handier to have. Don't know how many onions it's the equivalent of. Smell it through the bag. I mean, it says the bag contains 6 servings, so maybe 6 onions, I don't know, but 90p for that, so I feel like it's just cheaper and just going to be easier, less waste. I then just got a bag of mozzarella cheese. I just thought, again, great to have in the fridge when I'm having like my bolognese or whatever, sprinkle on top, but in the lasagna I'll put a little bit of that on the top with the cheddar as well. And actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I make a lasagna, in the layers where the white sauce is, I always sprinkle a little bit of cheese, whether it be parmesan. I wanted to get a bag of parmesan, but I couldn't find any and it was so busy, and I went back and forth up the aisle a couple of times to where the hard parmesan was and where the packet cheese was, and couldn't find any, so that's why I opted for mozzarella. But yeah, I like to grate a little bit, just a small sprinkle in with the white sauce, give it that real cheesiness the whole way through, you know. Just got some hash browns, again, just easy to have in the freezer. I love a hash brown. And I just got a bag of salad. So I will make the lasagna tomorrow. I'll have that for dinner tomorrow. A little bit of salad on the side. And that salad will last me a few nights. So I also got a bag of carrots. Again, that will go in the lasagna. I'll probably put some in the curry that I'm making as well. Even though it's not in the recipe, I might as well just get my vegetables in where I can. The dogs love carrots. They'll all get used up in little bits and bobs. I can't, usually with the rest of them, I would make carrot sticks and like take them to work or have them as snacks and stuff, but I can't actually, I can have a bit of carrot, but I can't eat loads of carrot because I'm on Accutane and it's got vitamin A in it, so I can't have a lot of vitamin A. There's probably loads of other foods that I'm eating that have got vitamin A in, but I just know that carrot has a lot of vitamin A in, so that's why I'm like, oh, I can have a bit but not loads, you know. Then I just got a large mince. I can never remember which size I get, and I couldn't remember if last time I got the smaller size or this size. I maybe got the smaller one. I am tempted to maybe half it and freeze the other half for another time, but then maybe I'm just thinking I'll just make a really big lasagna and then that will just last me the week, because it might be that, I don't know, like some days I'm thinking, oh, I don't necessarily want to eat it every night of the week in a row, but I could like I'll have it tomorrow night, maybe I could have it then Monday night, then on Tuesday night maybe I could have a bit of the curry again, then Wednesday I'll figure it out, just have large portions. Is what it is. I got some spinach that's going to go in my chickpea curry. Again, wasn't on the recipe, but I still want to get my vegetables in. I'm going to put a lot in just because otherwise it gets wasted, so I'll put a lot of that in, and it's so good for you. Yeah, and I'll really just get my veg in there. So of course I got some sweet potatoes, just sticks of bananas. So I think the recipe for the soup said 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes, so I use 4 of that, and then I'll just have 1 left to just chuck in the curry as well. Again, sweet potato wasn't on the recipe of the curry, and maybe I won't put sweet potato in the curry. Maybe I'll stick with carrots and spinach and do 5 of the potatoes in the soup. Like, because to be honest, when I cook, I'm not strict on recipes. I'll just glance over the recipe and be like, yeah, fine, I can do that, and then I just do my own measurements and just chuck in stuff. I think I said it before, but that's why I'm no good at baking. I can never be a baker. I'm much more of a just chuck it in and see and taste, you know. I then just got some bananas, that's what that sticker was for. The sticker came off, but that will be in my breakfast, and then obviously just a little snacky as well. And I just, oh, they are very squashed. Just got a mixed punnet of grapes. These are black and white grapes. Love grapes when they're nice. There's nothing better than when you get a really good punnet of grapes. I know if you like grapes, you know what I mean. Sometimes they're a bit shit, aren't they? But yeah, when you get good ones. And then bagels, as I said, already had one of those. I then got some chipsticks. They were on an offer and I saw them and really fancied them. But then the hula hoops were on offer and I really fancied them. And I thought, well, I'll get both. They could be in the drawer and they will last me for my lunches for the next 2 weeks. Then I don't have to buy crisps next week. And yeah, they can just say, I love salt and vinegar crisps, they're my favourite. So bolognese sauce, I did actually buy Tesco's own brand. My housemate has this one all the time. I've never had it, but to be honest, I had the Dalmio one and it was shit last week, and I imagine it'll probably be the same. So I tend to put like a bit of Marmite in or some Worcestershire sauce, and then that makes it to me a lot tastier. I know these aren't the best for you, but this is an emergency meal, right? This isn't one that I'm planning on eating for the week. This is one that I'm putting in the cupboard. Probably won't have it this week, same with the corn, but it's there for maybe at the end of the month, if it's got to the end of the month and I've spent my budget and I want a meal last minute, or maybe if I've eaten all this food by like next Friday night or whatever, or I fancy something different or whatever, if I need a meal, then they're in the cupboard. So they're more like emergency sauces, because I do make my own bolognese sauce and stuff. Haven't done for a while, to be honest. But yeah, my other emergency ones that I had, 2 of the Dalmio ones, which were shit, honestly, I've eaten those. So yeah, my housemate has these ones all the time, but they're 69p, whereas all the other ones, which I'm sure are the same, were like over £2. So these are the little changes I'm talking about. I would never consider that before. I know it sounds so snobby, but I wouldn't. I'm hoping it'll be fine. When I said it to my mum, she was like, they are all literally exactly the same. I was like, yeah, okay. Well, they're not all, but you know, yeah. So it'll be fine and hopefully it'll be nice. I then just got 2 of these coconut rices. I think they were £1 on offer, 90p or £1 on offer. But I was really pleased to see they were on offer because I really like these ones. And I'll have half a packet with each portion of my curry. So yeah, 4 portions. I don't think that's bad. I know it would have been cheaper to buy just bagged rice, but then it'd been plain white boiled rice, and that's just not enjoyable. Like the only times I do plain white or brown rice is to give to the dogs if they've got a bit of a dodgy tummy. It's nicer to have a flavoured rice, and I love the coconut rice. I know a lot of you will be like, what, coconut curry with coconut rice? It's too much coconut, and I get where you're coming from, but I love coconut and I'll enjoy that. I really wanted to get some like mango chutney and poppadoms, but we're sticking to a budget, so I didn't. I got the chickpeas. I really am regretting that now though, to be honest, because that would have been lovely tonight. Would have been like a real fake away if I'd got poppadoms and chutneys, but there you go, we've made our choices in life. Yeah, just a tin of chickpeas. I then also got 2 coconut milks, again, one for the curry, one for the soup. I then just got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, just Tesco's ones. I did buy this full price. This is a pesto, tomato pesto, and listen, the own branded one is just not nice. It's not enjoyable. It is about £1.20 cheaper. It's just not as nice, not as enjoyable. I've done it a few times, regretted it every time. This is another one that's going to go in the cupboard, and again, if I just want a last minute meal of pasta, then I'll have this, but half a jar is enough for like 1 dinner of pasta. So this is 2 meals. So I was thinking I already have the pasta. That's 2 meals of a £3.50-ish. Which, when you look at it like that, like everything else is obviously already in the cupboard and vegetables out of the freezer, it's not the end of the world. So that will just go in the cupboard for when I need a meal. And then I just got the lasagna sauces. Again, I have never made my own white sauce. I don't know if I ever would. This one is perfectly delicious. But I have made my own like base of lasagna sauce, and to be honest, where I cook it for 4 hours, I'm sure it's probably better for you, like less salt and sugar, but where you cook it for 4 hours, that is fine. Again, I add Marmite and I add a rich wine stock cube and bits and bobs that I find in the cupboard, and just making my own, but just ease and cost. If I start buying all the individual bits, then it adds up. So I'm happy with those. So that's everything. That's everything. Oh, my bottle of wine. Do you want to see my bottle of wine? I'm sure you care. So I had a white wine recently. I can't remember what it's called. Something fish. Oh, it was delicious. I really enjoyed it. And I had a look at it online at the time to see where you could get it from. And it was like, I said, it was like £7-ish in the supermarket, which is, you know, fine to spend on a bottle of wine. And then, but in Tesco, when I found it, it was £9 in there. And although, again, that's not a bad price for a bottle of wine that you really enjoy. And see, this is where I need to change my brain thinking, because I was like, found this bottle of wine that I bought, which was £7, which, you know, unless you're going to get a really shitty wine, £7 is a fair price. And then I'm going, but it's only, the other one's only £2 more. So what's £2 more? You might as well just buy it. And then I was like, no, I'm buying the £7 one. I don't know what it tastes like. Might massively regret this, but I'll keep an eye out on the other one. If it ever comes up on offer, then I'll buy it. But at £9, it's not in my budget at the minute. The wine wasn't technically in my budget, although I wasn't being strict on the £50 budget. But I was like, try and get it as close to 50 as you can. And had I not got my mum the flowers, which I was more than happy with, I would have paid £55 for everything. So anyway, no one cares. But I bought this bottle of wine. I've never tried it. It's the New Zealand Fern Bay Sauvignon Blanc. Now the other one was also a Savvy. So I thought we'll get another Savvy then and see if it's anything. So hopefully this will be delicious. Hopefully I'll find a nice wine that's delicious, which is normally £7. And then if it goes on offer, it'll be even cheaper. I was tempted to just go for my Barefoot pink or jammy red. The jammy red was £7.50. I didn't even go around and have a look at the Barefoot pink. I decided actually I fancy white. I don't fancy red or pink. So I went for this one, and I'll have it with a bit of lemonade as well. So obviously I'm going to have a glass tonight. I won't drink the whole bottle. I'm going to cook the curry now, I think. I don't think it takes that long to cook. So maybe I'll make it in an hour or so. And I'll have my wine and a lemonade with my dinner. And that would be lovely. But yeah, that's absolutely everything. I won't be doing any meal prep with you because my housemate is home all day tomorrow, and that's when I'm going to be doing all my meal prep, and I just can't film when she's in. It's just so awkward because obviously she's downstairs, but her bedroom's also downstairs, so it's just so awkward to do that. But I know a few of you have asked me to film like what I'm making. If I can get any video bits of it in there, even when it's all finished, I will do. But she's out all day at like a brunch and stuff today, so I'm assuming she'll be hungover tomorrow, so she might not go out. If she does, then I'll try my best to accommodate, but no promises. Yeah, insert here now if I have. If not, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it as always, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Thanks guys, bye!